Broadside day 502. An excellent Chevrolet big block motor. It's Friday, kicking it down on Friday. So there's no worries. I know everybody was all upset when Taylor Hawkins OD'd whatever a few months ago, but I'm telling you, it's no big deal, all right? Dave Grohl can deal with another band member that dies, and he'll be just fine because they keep getting replaced by better band members. Kurt dies. Dave replaces Kurt with himself, a better version of Kurt, quite frankly. And then Taylor dies, and Dave can play drums, so it's not like we really miss Taylor. But I'll say this. I saw a video last night of his son Shane Hawkins playing in some band, playing Black Sabbath, The Wizard. Phenomenal too, by the way. Just going the hell off. That dude is... His rudiments are sound. I don't think we have any worries in the Hawkins lineage that there won't be another great version coming up. It's like listening to John Bonham's son, you know. It just carries right on, you know. And I'll say this too, Bill Ward, the drummer for Black Sabbath, very underrated drummer. Much like Charlie Watts of the Stones and Ringo from the Beatles. Those three guys don't get enough credit in enormous bands that completely changed the landscape of everything in their genre. You know, Sabbath technically created what is now metal. You know, the Beatles brought over that British invasion, punk pop, or not punk, but pop stuff, pop-tinged flavored rock over, and then the Stones did it come up from a completely bluesy standpoint. But those three guys don't get enough credit. Great drummers, really great drummers. I'll tell you the thing I don't like about the homeless situation in America is with regards to the people that stand on the side of the road begging. All right, first thing is, don't be smoking cigarettes when you're begging for money, because this ain't 1983 when you could pick up a pack of, you know, Salem's for, you know, 98 cents or something. Cigarettes are like $6, $7, $8, $9 a pop, and they're out here smoking. I mean, the cheap cigarettes these days, I believe, are the price of what expensive ones were 10 years ago or whatever, you know? So don't be out here puffing away, begging for money. Anything can help. God bless. And why do they always believe in God? I find it hard to believe that all the homeless believe in God. There's got to be some atheist people out there. In fact, I'd like one of those signs to say something about Satan. You know, have like a pentagram on there, maybe an Anka. I don't know what that is really. Maybe one could be a Sikh. I don't know. But the other thing is those signs. Make your signs all you want. And relatively speaking, there could be some situations where you could find a commercial sign in the trash and repurpose it with your own Sharpie message. But when you got those little signs, there's like plastic signs that got the wire that stick in the ground that says like Ken's Landscaping, call for a free estimate or whatever that people put on the side of exit ramps and whatnot. People paid for those things, okay? They weren't free. They didn't hand them out at the Ken's Landscaping shop as, you know, a gift. Ken paid for those things. Probably paid, I don't know what they cost, but they got to be like $1.50 a piece, right? And he's got them all over the county trying to, you know, get his business going, a little jump start in the old business ass, right? And you rip it out of the ground, put the wire and throw it in the woods, and then write your message about how God bless, blah, 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 blah. I have a problem with that. You're a thief. Before I ever give you $1, you're already a thief. And you got money, disposable income to be smoking. Those are 2 strikes against you. I want you just standing there on the side of the road, no sign that isn't trash already, and no cigarettes. At least smoke in the woods. Like, go somewhere behind a building or something where we can't. Oh, you're being so heartless. Whatever, man. Whatever. Okay? This is just my opinion, so calm yourself down. All right? I was watching The Graduate last night, and I didn't realize that Anne Bancroft was only 6 years older than Dustin Hoffman. Of course, they didn't want Dustin Hoffman in that part because he didn't. He's real short, and he just didn't look the part and all. And they took a chance on him, and I guess it worked out. But at any rate, the dad, Benjamin Braddock's dad in that movie, is a guy named William Daniels, who, in my opinion, is best known as the judge father of Kim Basinger in Blind Date, which is a great movie, you know. Order in the goddamn court! You know, and he's like banging the gavel and all. Anyway, a little known fact, he is now the oldest living married to another actor-actress couple, you know, they've been married 72 years and 30 some days, which is it's not the record. They're like 3 or 4 away from hitting the record. But as far as living actor and actresses who are married as a couple, and I was like, man, could you imagine being married to somebody for 72 years? That's crazy. That's a long time. That's a long time. I want to say my grandparents, they were like 60 years, something like that, and that's crazy. But I don't know what the record is for marriage. I mean, I guess if you knocked up some girl. Speaking of which, I just found out there was always, when we'd go see one of my great grandmothers, we would go to her house a couple times a year for like a little luncheon on Sunday afternoon with all the relatives that I didn't even know who they were. And there was always this woman there, and she just sat in the kitchen, tiny little 1.5 bedroom house, just a little tiny house. And she just sat in the kitchen with like a chihuahua or something on her lap, her little dog, and never really talked to anybody, and nobody really ever talked to her. And I always asked, I was like, and now who is this person? She's like, that's your great grandmother's daughter. I don't know what that makes her to me. My great niece. I don't know what she is. But anyway, genealogy screws with my head. All right, I can play chess really well, but I can't figure out genealogy. Anyway, I just found out the other day that, and I think I knew she was illegitimate, but I didn't know. This was the quote from my mother. Oh, that was, Sally. I don't remember her name. Regina, Sally, Patricia. She's like, she got knocked up by a ranch hand when she was a teenager, and I'm like, I have a relative that was knocked up. She was sitting over here. I have a relative that was knocked up by a ranch hand. That's badass. So all those years, that was like an illegitimate ranch hand child, a love child from the ranch hand and my great grandmother. And I was like, wow, this has got some. So now I got to unpack this whole story. What the hell was I talking about? No, I don't remember. Something about people being married a long ass time. Oh, I know. If you got pregnant when you were like, 15, 16, 17, shotgun wedding and a stain on my shirt, and a parking violation and something. Anyway, and you stayed and lived to be like 104. I mean, that's a crazy life, man. But then you got those people that, I got several people in my family that, their husband and wife died when they were like 38, 42, and then they lived to be like 89. And I'm like, that's a long time to be alone. That's just strange. But at any rate, y'all have a great Friday.